guys, welcome back to my channel, which is all about mental health awareness and wellness. So as you know, tomorrow is Father's Day, and what better way to celebrate Father's Day than to bring a father so that he can be able to walk us through fatherhood, the challenges of fatherhood, the ups and downs. And with me, I have my uncle, the one that you heard my mom say we used to have a father figure. So this is one of them. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to get right into it.
Hi everybody, my name is Innocent Kibugu. I'm the uncle to Maryanne, and I'm also the father because I feel like a father to her. She's my daughter, and I'm proud to be associated with her also.
Oh, thank you. I know that you have 3 sons.
Yes.
And like you have said, we are also like your daughters.
Exactly.
So how is fatherhood to you?
I think fatherhood is the best thing that can happen to a man. It is beautiful. It's a nice journey with its own challenges, but it's a beautiful journey which God has granted to every man. Some forfeit their responsibility, but it is a beautiful journey for a man.
Alright, so tell us the difference between fatherhood and manhood, because we say that fathers are not necessarily the ones who give birth to us, but the ones who bring us up.
True. True. I think every male species, let me put it that way, is a man. But not every man is a father. The responsibility that we've been given by God. And it's not about just bringing children to the world, but bringing them up. That is the most important part of fatherhood. It's how you bring the children up, with the responsibility, taking care of them. And
actually that is so true, because you find that most people have sired children, but they usually don't take care of them, and that's why we can't say they are fathers.
Exactly.
Alright.
So father is about responsibility. That is what fatherhood is all about. It's about taking care of what you chose to bring to the world. Not let them suffer and not take care of them. So the most important part of the journey is about responsibility.
Alright, and what are the joys of being a father? You have said that fatherhood is a gift and it is something that you enjoy. What do you enjoy about it?
I think the most enjoyable part of it is seeing the children grow. Is seeing the people you've seen coming into the world, growing into responsible people, like you and your sisters and all that. I've seen you grow, and it's been a beautiful journey, bringing you up, correcting, taking care of the school fees and all that, and the challenges that come with parenting.
Tell us what happens to fathers when their children are getting born. We know that it's the women, we carry the pregnancies. What usually happens to the man?
I think labor ward is not for the women alone. Even the men are in the labor ward. The anxiety, the anxiousness of waiting to know and to hold your child for the first time, especially for the first time fathers. It's usually an anxious moment, something you've never experienced before, something you've never seen, you just hear. And now it's your turn now to experience it firsthand. It's a bit scary because we don't know what is going to happen. But I think we also go into labor when our wives go into labor, because that anxiety is part of it. So it's not just the women who go through labor. Exactly.
Okay. So, and then now we come to the part for raising them up. I want us to talk about the fathers who, I've heard so many people say about fathers who, when children hear the voice of their dads, they run away. They cannot stay in the same room, or they do not communicate. What can you say about that?
I think that's the most unfortunate part in parenting. And it starts right from the home. Because parenting is, let me put it, a responsibility of 2 people. And especially in fatherhood, you always need the mother to support. That is why you don't see so many single fathers. but you can hear of single mothers. Because for fatherhood, I think it's more emotional, and you need that support of the wife to bring up good children. And when the children fear you or your family fears you, I think you're not doing your responsibility. They should be a friend. They should be friendly. They should be somebody open. They can tell you anything. They can approach you anyhow. You have to bond with them. But when there's no bond, that is when it becomes fear and not respect. Because what should be there is respect, but not fear. There's a difference. So they should respect the father, but not fear him. Father is a good man. That is why even God is called the Father, a loving Father. And we all know God loves us unconditionally, and we call Him our Father. The same way, even for us human beings, we should emulate the same. We should be loving, we should be approachable, just like our Father in heaven is.
Not that people who we fear them, we don't want to be in the same room with.
You should not be afraid.
Actually, that is something that I really admire about you, because I've seen how you are with your children. Imagine every time that he gets out of work, his children run to welcome him, and that is something very profound, because as I'm saying, some people, they hear the voice of their dads and they just run. So at least they have been able to learn you shouldn't really let people fear you, but respect you. There's a difference. This channel is all about mental health, and we want to address the mental health of fathers, what they go through. So please let us know about the challenges that you go through.
Well, the challenges of a father are so many, are numerous. But let me start by saying, if you have a support system, that means a good sister, good wife, the children are supporting, it becomes easy. Because father is a responsibility, as I've said before. School fees are on you, house rent is on you, clothing is on you, everything is on. Provision is on the father. So when you don't have a good support system, that is when mental issues start settling in.
So
you start thinking going into drugs, alcohol, and all this kind of bad stuff that men do.
What does the support system do for you? Let's say there's an example of someone who actually can't do these things. Maybe they try their best and they can't provide. So where does the support system now come in?
Let me put it in another way. For example, when you leave work and you go home, and you know you have a supporting wife, for example, whether you have or you don't have, you know she'll understand. So all the stresses of the world, once you go home, you know you leave them at the door. You go into the house, it is calm, it is supporting, whether you made it or you didn't, they still love you the same, the way you are. That is the most important part of the system, or the support that is required in any home. It's very important that you know you're going home to a loving heart. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you have anything in your pocket or you don't, whether you're going to sleep hungry or not, they will support you and they love you the way you are.
That is actually very important, because you find that there are women who maybe I would say they have conditional love, whereby they love you if you can provide. So what you're saying is that we should accept you whether you provide or not, and at least we know that you're actually doing your best to do this.
And all days are not the same. Some days you get, some days you don't, but I'm still the same father. What drives people into drugs and into mental issues is when you have nowhere to go to. You've reached the end of the world and you have nowhere else to turn. And you know, men don't like talking about their problems out there. They keep it to themselves. So, but when you go home, you know that you have a wife who will listen, who loves you the way you are. That makes the whole difference in your fatherhood journey.
It gives you now even the strength to try again.
Exactly, and tomorrow. You know, even if I didn't make it, I'm going home, all will be fine.
Oh, that's really interesting. What other challenge would you say there is, apart from provision and not having a support system?
Well, the world is not kind to the boy child, if I put it that way. It is not kind.
Yeah.
Everywhere you turn to, I think nowadays the boy child is endangered.
Yeah.
And that is making the fatherhood also shaky. Most men are afraid of going into fatherhood. They don't want to go there because they see what the other men are going through. They are afraid. So the other challenge is getting people to love families. That is why you see violence in the family. A father coming home, taking a panga, killing the children he brought up and the wife he loves. It is not something easy. It means there is a problem in the society. So unless that problem is addressed right from the society, and that challenge of men not accepting who they are, because that is, we should accept that we are not equal. And comparing, there's another challenge of comparing yourself with somebody has bought a car. You have the same car. Better.
Actually, it's more of competition.
Exactly.
You want when you have this car.
Yes. You see your friend has bought a new car and yours is old, you want to upgrade. The stress starts setting in. You're not ready for that. So there are so many challenges in the society, which I think the whole society, just the way the girl child was supported, even the boy child should have the same support even from the society.
And actually, I remember when I was moving out and my other uncle was telling me that most of the time when boys are moving out of home, wanaambiwa don't come back, like ni kama umefukuzwa. But for us, we are always given that chance.
You are told if it goes back, come back.
If things don't turn out well, you can always come back.
The home is open. But for the man, it's never open. You go and do your things out there. You don't care. You're told even men don't cry. So even if anything happens to you there, vumilia kama mwanaume. That is the term. Which is another biggest challenge. For example, just go to the police station and ask for the gender desk. The gender desk is basically means gender male and female. But in our society, it's about the female. It is there for the female. If you go there and say, I've been beaten by my wife, for example,
they start laughing.
They start laughing and telling you when mwanaume. And that is what is challenging men nowadays. They don't know where to go to.
I've actually had someone say that when a man now goes and reports, even they start laughing and they call each other. Hey, Kipiego nikuja usikie here, and they laugh at you.
Kujiona mwanaume hapa anapigwa.
So how would actually someone be safe to go and report? They would rather just suffer.
Just rather keep quiet and go to the nearest bar and drink yourself silly. Because that's the next option that is there.
So now your children, what are the challenges that might affect men's mental health?
On the rearing of the children. Well, children, if they don't respect you, I think, and if you don't cultivate culture of fearing God, because that's where it starts. If the children starts knowing God and they see a God in you, because that's the way it's supposed to be, you should be the representation of God on earth, because as the Bible says, you are the second God as a parent, and more so as a father. If they don't do that, they start going in other different directions which are not good. Then you start colliding with your children. Maybe they go into drugs, they go into bad stuff, doing bad stuff. That is when collision comes in, and that is when the stress starts coming in, even in the house. And that is when men don't even want to go home. They better go home when the children are asleep and everybody's asleep. They just go and sleep and that's it.
So are you saying that men actually need respect from their children?
They do need respect, but that respect is earned. You can't beat your children to respect you. They'll fear you. They won't respect. But if you start by the man knowing God, if you start by knowing God, fearing God, God even assists you and gives you the wisdom to bring up a good family and stress-free family. We usually say that parenting doesn't come with a manual, so at least you're giving them hope that if they put their trust in God, then He's going to give them the wisdom to know how to do this. Exactly, and how to bring up your family in a godly manner. Because if they fear God, everything else falls into place.
And you have mentioned something about men being told not to cry, and of course we know this starts at home. Whereby even for you have sons, And fathers usually are rough on their sons.
Yes.
They want them to harden. But for the little girls, they are treated like princesses. And should this change?
It should change. I think all children need to be taken care of the same way.
Yeah.
Whether it's a girl or a boy.
Yeah.
I think they are saying what a woman can do, what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Yeah.
You should start there. You should show them you can do the same thing. For example, for me, my boys, I have all boys. But I always teach them to go into the kitchen and cook.
Right.
I don't tell them that's a girl.
Cook
Exactly. And I also teach them how to cook. I go into the kitchen to show them there's nothing like manly job. We can all do anything. And we can all do everything. Yeah. It's about what you believe in yourself. It's about what you want in life. And that is the most important part.
So actually that is very true. So I need to take us through now the tips for good fatherhood, or for just encourage fathers out there and give them things that they can actually do to bring up better children, and for even maintaining a good mental health for them.
Well, I think the first thing fathers should know is if you have a wife, it's a gift from God. You need to take care of her, love her, because as the Bible says, it's a helper. She's there to help you in all these issues, even in fatherhood. She's there to give you a support and to help you. So they say a good wife comes from God. So the first important thing is to trust God and believe that the wife you are given, the children, and everything that you have came from God.
They are gifts.
And they are gifts from God. We should take care of them. Because nobody is given a gift and then doesn't take care of it. You have it, you pressure it, you put it somewhere safe, and somewhere now you'll be seeing it. Because it's your precious gift. The same way with our families. So fathers should start loving their families by loving their wife, their children, taking care of them. Whether you have it or you don't, money is nothing. Money today is here, tomorrow is not there. Today you might not have money, tomorrow you have it. But the love remains. It is the paramount thing. Teach their children to go to God and to depend on God. And they'll see that by seeing you doing it. You can't tell them something you're not doing.
You have to model it to them.
Exactly.
Because actually children learn by seeing, not
by
what
seeing.
you tell them.
You see some men taking their kids to church, leave them at the gate. They go into the church and they go back to the house. I mean, that's not teaching your children the right way.
Actually, most of them now end up in teenagehood and they drop out of church.
They drop. But if they see it's something that should be loved, it's a way of life, they love it and they'll grow up to fear God. And they say the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom.
Alright. So, any other tip?
I think that's the most important tip I'll give for today. Maybe we'll do another one later. We need to share more and more and more.
That is very, very helpful. So, what are your final words about fatherhood? And please address the nation.
Let me address the nation by saying fatherhood is a beautiful thing. It is nice. It is not something to be afraid of, because most men are afraid of fatherhood. Some of them here, maybe somebody is pregnant, even if they are not married, they run away. And they give up. They say, this is something I can't do because I'm not ready. Nobody's ever ready for fatherhood at 40. Things happen. And God's plans. And you learn along the way. It's a journey. As I said, it's a learning journey. So you should not be afraid of learning, even asking and speaking and having a friend who you can talk to. And the first friend should be your wife, the one you're bringing up the family together with.
I like what you said, like it's a journey and you don't have to have it figured out. You learn along the way and you get help from others. So that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us and for educating us. And also thank you so much for being in my life. Just because I didn't have a father, I had someone who gave birth to me. Thank you so much for filling those shoes, and I can actually say that it has really been helpful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
Bye guys, until next time, bye bye.